Hey guys, welcome back to Cocky Gachas, and in this video I'm going to share with you guys how exactly I formulate my teams to clear those various wars in Eversoul's Battlefront. Let's dive right in. So in this video I'm going to share with you how exactly I approach the stages and how I formulate teams to clear them with units that are very low CP, and that is to understand how it works, right? How the units interact. That is very important. So this is the first phase. I'm going to break it down in 3 phases. First phase, observation phase. So observation phase is based on the opponent's team, you are going to formulate a team to counter the opponents, or you can start with a cookie cutter build. So if this stage you are not sure what to fill in your cookie cutter builds, right? For me itself, I like to go in my cookie cutter, which is Chloe, Catherine, Lindsay, as well as Vivi plus a Talia. So this is my cookie cutter build. I use this for like 80% of my stages just to start off with, right? Not everything I clear with this, but 80% of the stages I start with this. This is very cookie cutter. So Catherine here will heal the Chloe, and then it will heal the Lindsay also. And then depending on what I can swap it over here and here, right? But for you guys that don't have this exact lineup, find out what exactly is your cookie cutter build. So if you have a build that very reliably can help you auto stages, right? Use that as a base to start off with. Unless specifically, let's say there's a Jacqueline, then you have to definitely adapt to it, right? But otherwise, use your cookie cutter build and go into observation phase. This phase is very important. You go into the observation phase, start the battle, observe how the units interact. How they interact is very important, and you also need to try it for at least, I say, 5 retries. I say 5 retries is very important because sometimes maybe it's just a bad RNG, maybe sometimes it's good RNG. You need to try it 5 times to see whether you can clear it first. If you can clear it within 5 times with auto, good for you, right? Proceed to the next stage, repeat the whole process again. But if you can't, now you need to know within those 5 tries, you need to understand where is the problem. Is your tank dying super fast? Right? Is your backline dealing not enough damage? Are you autoing and then you run out of time? Right? So these are very important indicators for you to see where you should tune your team, or where you should tune your formation next, right? Your exact lineup next. So one thing that I would like to say is that if you try out this team for 5 times and you notice that you are very far from winning, what do I mean by very far from winning? You're nowhere close. 5 seconds into the battle, 10 seconds into the battle, the whole 5 tries itself, your team gets deleted completely. That means that this lineup doesn't work. Okay, throw it out the window, try to come up with something else, try another 5 times. I know this is very tedious, but this is the way you have to grind to progress. If you are really hardcore, you are really passionate about solving this, because I treat them as solving puzzles, right? 1 piece at a time, I solve them. If you are really truly passionate about this, go for it, right? But otherwise, it's going to, I'm not going to be very tell you all the nice things, right? This is simply trial and error, and you need to learn how to observe where the problem is. So if, let's say, my Catherine is dying first, right? Like I mentioned just now, my Catherine is dying first, I cannot get her to use the invincibility. And if I notice that, hey, if Catherine uses the invincibility, there's a chance I might win this stage. What I can do is that I solve the problem first for Catherine, which is push her to the back, put some other tank over here, right? Make her go to the side. Do whatever I can to make sure Catherine doesn't die, and then observe the results for 5 battles again. So let's see if it's progressing towards the right direction, and then identify the problem again. Hey, this time Chloe is dying. Shit, Chloe dying this time. But she only dies 20% in 2 of the battles, right? In 3 of the battles, she didn't die until later in the game. What you can notice is that there is RNG factor involved already. So you just need to have rounds whereby you have good RNG, and that might potentially help you clear the stage. So that is also something you have to observe. If DPS is not enough, I rotate my supports. Maybe I put out Vivi, I go with Memphi, right? This is going to increase my DPS output simply because I have the analysis, multi-dimensional analysis is going to increase crit rate, all this kind of yada good things. Jiho also increase crit rate, so if you're not enough DPS, not enough sustain, put them both inside here, it's good. Sometimes experiment with racial buffs. Hey, this one 15%, not good. Why not try substituting another unit to make this lineup have 20% HP? Is that going to work? Try that out 5 times. Once you have that lineup that you are most closest to winning, right? This is when you can start the 3rd phase, because 2nd phase is tuning phase, right? So you tune. 3rd phase, you go into RNG phase. So when you go into RNG phase, I'm going to introduce a new concept. This is what I call the RNG checks. So what do I mean by RNG checks? There are many forms of RNG in Eversoul, and the main common forms that you need to take advantage of are critical hits, evasion, and sub-skills hitting. So this 3 is the main critical RNG factors in the game itself, and if you were to notice which like if you have like a different result based on different RNG factors, right? That is what I consider RNG check. So for instance, if I have a Lindsay, my Lindsay jumps to the back, right? Very good, jumps to the back, and then Violet uses a main skill on Lindsay, she dies, right? That is an RNG factor. Why? Because in certain circumstances, Lindsay is going to evade Violet's main skill and she will not die. So you have two results now. One is Lindsay dying, one is Lindsay not dying. So you need to identify that, okay, Lindsay doesn't die in this RNG state. So this is one of the RNG checks. Next thing, what if Catherine is over here? 20% of the time or 40% of the time she dies, 60% of the time she survives. That is also an RNG check, simply because one of the units must have not crit her during the 60% of the time. That's why she managed to survive to use her invincibility. 40% of the time she dies because she got crit. That's an RNG check. So if you know that this stage itself require you to have multiple RNG checks, right? I would equate the stage to, or rather I would define the difficulty of stage based on how many RNG checks I need to pass. So if I need Catherine to survive, Lindsay to survive, Talia to blind the Adrian so that she misses a hook, that is 3 RNG checks. If you were to add it on to like Chloe surviving, 4 RNG checks, 5 RNG checks, or you're having your Talia's ultimate kill the backline unit, 6 RNG checks. If it compounds up, usually once it reaches 6 RNG checks, I call it a day. I know that I cannot clear with this formation. Either I come up with another formation or I solve the problem of having the RNG check. Meaning, I level up my units, I wait, I AFK, right? These are the things you can do. But if it's like just 2 RNG checks, 3 RNG checks, play it out first, right? Make sure that you have all the scenarios whereby you have a stars aligning. And then, like for instance, if this battle itself, I went in, Catherine survived, Chloe survived, Lindsay goes to the back, Lindsay survives Violet's ultimate, right? And I still lose, right? Talia kills the backline, I still lose, right? What that means is that this is too many RNG checks. Even in the stars align scenario, this formation cannot clear this with my current units. What do I do? In most cases, right, turn up all the formations, right? Try again, go to another formation, try this. Sometimes it's going to work. So next, let's take a look at some of the battles, some of the case studies, right, for me that I can show you guys on how I formulate the teams to come out and clear them based on the theories that I've shared with you guys. So this is chapter 15-41. So I'm running a Chloe, this is a basic formation, right? Chloe, Catherine, Jiho, Talia, and level 161 Lindsay. So the rest of units are like 150. My Talia is over level at 200, and then this is my formation itself. So judging and looking at this stage, Dora, I probably cannot survive because at level 225, Dora is going to one-hit kill either Catherine or Chloe before they even use, before Catherine even use invincibility. So how do I overcome that? I have a Lindsay over here to co-tank. So this is a split tank method whereby I have the Lindsay walk up and have the Dora hit her first and then get tanked over to Chloe. So they're able to split tank, and these 3 units can all survive because Catherine is in the middle. She's going to heal the 2 of the units with the invincibility. Jiho is here to have additional sustain so that Chloe doesn't die after Dora uses her main skill. That is very important. Meanwhile, Talia is the ultimate target, so we definitely want Talia to use ultimate, and then we also have the Lindsay clear out the units by having her go to the back line. And the Mariam here is a problem, that's why we have the Lindsay also. And for this stage itself, I'm using this because the Mariam is the highest attack unit, so Lindsay will jump her and kill her before she used her skill itself to kill my unit. So let's head right into the battle. You're going to see for yourself how exactly this plays out. And I do think that there are also RNG factors involved. You do have to miss, I think there are 2 RNG checks in this battle, so it's rather easy battle. You don't have to have too much good RNG going away. All you need to do, you can see here, Lindsay almost dies, but in most cases she's not going to. I think this is a bad RNG scenario whereby Lindsay got crit or something. So in good RNG scenarios, Lindsay is going to have even more HP, but doesn't really matter because freaking Catherine heals up everyone like a boss. And here, look at this, bam, up into half health. And this is where the problematic part comes, right? If you have no additional sustain, you're going to have a big problem. So here, I do have the Lindsay jumping to the back and having ultimate on the Talia to kill off the Mariam before she uses her skill. So in most cases, if Talia don't ultimate, this is going to be a failed battle. So this is what I call one of the RNG checks. So Chloe here could have died. This is also one of the RNG checks. She needs to survive until Catherine uses invincibility, and once that goes, Jiho would heal her. Everything will be fine. Lindsay will start to kill the backline. At this point in time, I know that I've won the battle. Talia is going to clean up the rest. Not going to be a problem. Like I mentioned, save Dora to the last. That is what I usually do. I just have a whole 3-0 to tank her. Look at this. doesn't kill me. If I don't have Jiho there, she would have died long ago. So yeah, this is the main problem. On the earlier stages when I was tuning this one, I noticed that once Chloe died, the rest of the team dies because Dora one hit kill every single one of the backline units that are level 150, and my Talia is a DPS unit, so she have no HP. Instantly she would die. And that is when I fail the battle, right? Lindsay doesn't kill all of them enough, like not fast enough before the Dora deletes my team, right? So very important to have Jiho here. Even an epic, you need to understand Jiho's utility is very strong. That is why I don't really want people to origin Jiho first, because she's just fine and epic, right? That's my reasoning for it. And here, very easily cleared stage 15-41, and this is one of the case studies that we have. So moving on to the next case study, we have stage 15-45 over here. And this stage, if you guys have cleared it, you know it's extremely difficult. And this formation itself, I actually saw it from Gasterus. So I'll link his channel on the description below. So definitely check out his channel. He posts a lot of Eversoul stuff as well. So check him out. And this formation itself, although I copied his formation, his units are slightly higher leveled, especially on the tank side, because my tanks are very under leveled. So I have to pass like multiple RNG checks. If I'm not wrong, this has at least 6 RNG checks. So I spent, I think, 2 hours on one day, and I couldn't clear it with this exact lineup. But I roughly know what kind of RNG checks I need to pass in order to clear this stage. Hence, on the other day, I waited one day. Next day, I went back, and then I spent another hour on this stage. I managed to clear it finally. So this is very difficult. If you really can't, honestly, you're not as hardcore, don't spend so much time just trying to like break this stage, right? Wait a few days, wait for units to level up. If your tanks are higher level, you have less RNG checks to pass because your units are more likely to survive. So surviving, the Catherine surviving, Claire surviving, they are all RNG checks. So if you don't have those RNG checks, your battles are going to be a lot easier compared to mine, and also the DPS is going to be slightly higher, so you wouldn't be as likely to time out compared to me. So right here we are using the 3 tank formation. The Claire is going to stun the Adrian itself, and then Chloe, Thorn, and this is the combo that I'm talking about, right? So Claire, Vivi, Chloe to counter the Adrian hook, and also Catherine for invincibility. Talia is my first ultimate target. I'm going to use Talia's out first, and then subsequently once Vivi's the skill comes out like 3 times or 2 times, right? When she has 2 stacks, I'll start to use her ultimate. So this is the strategy approaching in. And for anyone wondering, if you are saying that, oh, wow, you have a level 201 Vivi friend, there is a whale, I'm not sure what to tell you. My buddy here is a growth pack user just like me, and because I have Talia at 200 also, right, I can make it 201 if I reset my Lindsay to get the crystals, but so be it. Level 200 is fine anyways. So anyways, moving into the battle, I'm going to show you first a failed run, and then later on I'm going to show you a run whereby I pass. So it's 2 consecutive runs, and I'll tell you how I determine like what RNG checks I need to pass in order to actually clear this stage. So first things first, the first RNG check is that we need the Claire to survive. This is very important. So you can see Claire here is surviving on 1 sliver of HP. Actually, I have I've run so many times, right, in my 3-hour session that I have noticed that Claire only survives 20% of the time. So this is the first RNG check we need to pass. Luckily, it's at the start of the game, so I can just retreat once Claire faints, right? So here, Talia needs to crit on the Ayame if I'm not wrong, and also Vivi needs to hit the Talia for quite a lot of damage. I think she needs to crit over here. Look at this. Yeah, she crits Talia. If she doesn't crit Talia, that means that her second ult cannot kill Talia itself, and then that will be a wasted run. So honestly, once Claire died here, I know that I've already failed the run, but I kind of want to see whether I can win it if I kill Talia, right? But I don't think it's possible. Once Claire dies, the formation is broken up. You can see I'm not even close to clearing this, and for a lot of you, this might already be the stage whereby you say, hey, I'm hard stuck, I cannot clear. But for me, I feel like I just need to pass the RNG checks because I know very clearly what the RNG checks are. I need to definitely clear it. Then if I can pass all the RNG checks, I can clear it. That's my belief, because I did have one run where I come super close, I time out with 2 seconds, so I knew it was possible. Just need to have a bit more good RNG going my way. Hence, I spend more time on it, right? If I really cannot clear it, I'm very clear that I cannot clear it, I will just give up, right? But this one, I know that there's a chance I can clear it. So here, Claire is going to once again try to pass the RNG check, right? So over here, you can see everything. Also the Catherine, I waited for the Catherine's invincibility to be done before I use my Chloe's knocked up. And then I use Talia's out. And here, You can see over here, Claire is going to try to survive. Hopefully she survives this. Yeah, Ayame is bleeding, does a lot of damage. That's the main reason why she's not surviving. And here I did manage to kill the Talia on the second VV main skill, which is very important. And I believe I did kill Ayame here, which is a key part of clearing. And once I kill Ayame, I just need to pass one more key check, which is to kill the Catherine with a crit hit. If I can kill Catherine here with a crit hit with my ultimate later on, I can definitely kill it. If I don't ultimate crit with the VV, I will fail it because I'll time out. I think I did have a scenario whereby I failed because I time out. I didn't crit. So right here, let's see if I crit. Okay, I did crit on this one. This one very important. So I need Catherine to die here with at least, I think 30 seconds, if I'm not wrong. If Catherine doesn't die here and she uses one more invisibility, I lose. Yeah, after this invisibility, she cannot use another one. I'm going to lose for sure. Timeout for sure. So yeah, once again, going to use VV. And she crits very luckily, so yeah. Finally, crits again on Catherine. Look at this, bam. Okay, we still need more crits. Yeah, this is insane RNG to be honest. Yeah, we need a lot of crits. Yeah, one of the hits have to crit, otherwise we lose. 5 seconds left. Very close here. Luckily, we have one more ultimate coming up. 3 seconds left. Going to use. Please, just kill her. Yep, correct, we crit and we killed her. So this is how we pass 15-45. Yeah, I think 3 hours plus. So on to the next stage. This is the most difficult stage I've encountered to date. It's chapter 16-15, and the problem is because it has a Honglan and it has made me determined to origin a Honglan after seeing this freaking Honglan is super annoying and super OP. Team wipe, or rather the map wipe, minus speed, minus evasion. So you can't even use RNG to dodge Adrian's hook. Otherwise, I will be able to RNG check the Adrian's hook, but I cannot. So what I end up doing with is I spent almost 2 hours to come up with this lineup itself that I even have like a 5% chance of clearing. I think this only have 1% chance of clearing, even lower than that, maybe. So I determined I couldn't clear it with this lineup. This is a failed run, but we touch on the lineup first. We have the VV at level 41. If you wonder why it's at 41, because I reset everything, including my Lindsay, including my Ira, reset all of them, pump all the levels onto the Talia itself. VV at level 41 have level 2 sub skills that I use, and then this is the hook target. In this formation, VV is going to have hook, and then VV is going to die straight away. So we are going to play 4v5 and try to win, because there's no other way. Honglan minus evasion for my team, so I cannot even RNG hook anything. So anything that gets put instantly dies. So you can see our CP is almost 2 times our CP. It's ridiculous. I have a level 200 origin 5, the Memphi here, which is quite considerable, like a very strong unit already at level 200, but honestly even then not enough. So right here, the main problem, I'm going to go into the battle. You're going to see how it plays out right here. So going into the battle, you will see why I determine I cannot pass this stage itself. This is an extreme RNG check. It has a total of over 10 RNG checks, I think. Yeah, it's impossible. Like I cannot, and at the end I determined that even in perfect RNG circumstances, I will not win this battle with my current units. But I don't want to experiment with other lineups because I'm really tired. So I decided to just wait until I have the ability to just clear the stage with stronger units. So right here you can see I have a Talia and a Catherine. So I think around 30% of the time Catherine will have died by now, and that would have prompted me to restart the game. Yeah, the Memphi will killed the Catherine. So here I didn't kill, my Catherine didn't die, and Honglan used her ultimate, also didn't die. I used Talia out. Okay, manages to kill the freaking Memphi plus the Lindsay itself, but yet my Chloe still died, and this is considered perfect RNG, but I still lost. So at this point I determined that this stage is unclearable for me, and that's when I proceed on to wait out till I can level up my unit slightly higher. So this is a team I managed to clear with. Looks exactly the same except for one thing. Now I eliminated, or rather I created a chance for me to win this battle by making Chloe have a chance of surviving. Still an RNG check. I think she survives around 10% of the time or 15% of the time, I'm not too sure. But in 15% of the cases, I was able to have Chloe survive, and that was enough for me to have enough like reduced RNG checks so that I'm able to clear this stage, right? Previously, I think even if I pass all RNG checks, I cannot clear the stage at all. So this one at least give me a chance to pass the stage, and that's why I went with it. And the Talia got reduced in level because I have to spend some mana dust onto the Chloe itself. But generally the same team. Let's dive right into the battle. So going into the battle, it's going to be the same thing. Certain RNG checks, right? Catherine needs to survive. the opponent Lizzie cannot crit my Memphi, and then Chloe needs to survive, and I think Talia's out need to crit. Yeah, so this 4 RNG checks, and then subsequently once Memphi needs to not be able to kill my Chloe, so she cannot crit my Chloe so that she will survive. Yeah, that's like a couple RNG checks. At the end, there are a couple DPS RNG checks because otherwise I might time out. But even then, I think once I survive the first few RNG checks, I should be able to clear within like 10 tries of reaching those perfect state. Right? So Honglan here, you can see we have a level 180 Eternal like Chloe, right? I was able to survive up to this stage, and with the Talia out, I deleted Memphi, I crit on Honglan, very important, and here I need to survive until the invincibility of Catherine comes out, and once this comes out, I know that pretty much I should be able to win if I crit on one of the key, like I crit a few more times, right? Because if I don't crit, look at this, this is a freaking Adrian plus Sunni and Honglan. If Honglan doesn't die, your whole team is constantly going to be at minus speed and evasion, so it is freaking annoying. Yeah, here I use the Memphi out, and I need to kill Sunni right now, right here. Yeah, very good, managed to kill her. Yeah, I think I did crit one time. Yeah, if I didn't manage to kill her, then yeah, that's the end. But here, I did manage to finally clear this stage with this particular lineup. I think I tried for around 4 to 5 hours, I think. Insane. And that about does it for this video. I hope that you guys learned something from this video itself, and know that this is not an easy process. Honestly, it takes a lot of time and effort to trial out the teams, to know what RNG checks you need to pass. But if you are on the more casual side, you can just AFK for a few days. After that, you should be able to clear a lot of stages much easier. Not saying you're going to clear in one try, but with the stuff that I've mentioned in this video, you should be able to determine what formations are clearable for you, what formations are not, when to change your formations, how to counter certain units. And also, if you are interested in seeing what exactly my souls are, my entire account's progress at the 30-day mark, definitely check out this video over here. And I'll see you guys over there. This is Corky Gachas signing off.